Magazine. It is published monthly and it features topics from around the land of enchantment, including multicultural heritage, the arts, climate, environment, and of course the diversity of our people. Joining us now is Dave Herndon, the editor-in-chief of New Mexico Magazine. Dave, always a pleasure to see you. So we got to talk about this cover story. You just laid a fact on me
Right.
that I have a real hard time believing.
Yes.
But and it has to do with pecans.
Yes, pecans are the top food crop in New Mexico.
That is amazing.
Everybody, Chile gets all the attention, all the love, and deserves it, especially this time of year.
Mm-hmm.
But the pecan crop is 67 million pounds a year.
No
We're
kidding.
second only to Georgia in producing pecans, and we are ahead of Texas. You'd be happy to learn.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's suited to the climate. There was a strain of the tree developed, in the Mesilla Valley, and it's flourishing there and has been for family-owned farms have been doing it for generations now.
Wow.
So yeah, it's a big deal, and we've got, of course, that's beautiful pecan pie recipe.
Yeah, which is the important thing here. Let's get the history and then
Right.
put it to good use.
Exactly. So you learn a little background, a little lore, and then we've got fantastic recipes for not just pecan pie, but
Right.
there's a chili pecan turkey dressing. We've got a recipe
Different
for, and
variations of it.
some
That's
other
great.
things. It's not too early to
That's
start
great.
planning the Thanksgiving
Well, another
meal.
story that we've got in here too, Dave, that I'm really excited about, and I got turned on to the idea of blacksmithing. I met a
Yeah.
really great guy down at the New Mexico Farm and Ranch Heritage Museum when I was down there a while back. This is having a resurgence,
Yeah,
blacksmithing.
It is, and it's having one right here in New Mexico. Now, it's a part of a Spanish colonial tradition. I mean, the first forges and bellows were brought by the Spanish settlers here, and it's enjoyed a revival over the last couple of decades in sort of started in Santa Fe, and there's a great blacksmithing school there, and a lot of people have taken it up and are doing it, and they're doing it for furnishings and decorative objects that fit kind of, Spanish colonial Santa Fe style. But there are also people doing, far out sculpture with it.
Right.
So it's 21st century. It's not just 16th century.
Yeah, which I think is great. I mean, you can go a little bit in the past, a little bit in the future.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's all over the state, I think, is great. Speaking of getting all over
Yes,
the
it
state,
is.
you also got a good story about road tripping here.
Yeah, we got a great road trip about archaeological sites. It's another one of these assets that we have in spades in New Mexico.
Yeah.
Like starting with over in the Blackwater Draw by Portales and Clovis. I mean, those are, world historic archaeological sites, and there's still digs and everything going on there, and there's a museum. But then places like Bandelier and Ghost Ranch have
Ghost
sort
Ranch
of
is
like
absolutely beautiful.
sort of the prehistoric archaeology, and then of course we have a lot of sort of Spanish mission ruins
Right.
around too. So we suggest a road trip that sort of connects some of those dots, and you learn as you go, and it's a great time of year to do
Yeah.
it because it kind of goes up to northern New Mexico, the aspens and the trees and the mountains.
Yeah,
It's
the changing of the season,
beautiful,
great time to
beautiful
check all
season.
that stuff out. Well, guys, for more information on New Mexico Magazine, what you can find in the November issue, we will have links to NMagazine.com, the best place to get a subscription, NMagazine.com. Is that right, Dave?
That's right, unless you want to go to the store and pick up a copy and order it from a blowing card. But if you go to
There you go.
nmmagazine.com and you enter Dave Deal into the code, you get a break on the price.
Dave Deal. That's
Dave
good
Deal,
to know.
one word, Dave Deal.
All right, Dave,
Yeah.
always a pleasure.